Good morning, team. I trust we are well. Please let's exercise some patience as we wait on our colleagues to join this meeting for us to start. Okay, let's hope by 10 minutes after 10, we'll get a sizable number to kickstart the meeting. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. I want to say thank you for joining this call. We will kickstart the meeting. We're hoping to get a sizable number, but as we see on the screen, there are 8 people joining. There are others also on the YouTube link, so we will start the meeting and then finish as early as possible so that we can go back to our daily activities. On this note, I'll request for Portia to share a word of prayer with us. Thank you very much, Portia.
Welcome. Yeah, shall we share a word of prayer? Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. We thank you for those with us that you will guide our thoughts and action in this meeting. In the mighty name of Jesus' name, amen. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Portia. Please permit me to share my screen so that we'll be able to go through the presentation as required. Please let me also say that if you have any question regarding what we are discussing, if you seek clarity on any of the items that will be mentioned and discussed here, please feel free to share with us. You can send it to me via WhatsApp. You can also share it with Fafa or Benjamin, or on the screen, on the YouTube chat. You can also ask your question there and we will give prompt response. Please do not keep your comment, do not keep your questions, and later give any view about it. Please, we want clarity to be given to everyone so that we are all on the same page regarding this issue or this topic of discussion for today. Okay, all right. Please, I guess you can see my screen. Please, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. As we have informed everyone, we started this health insurance discussion from last year. We made mention of us getting this policy in place to aid our healthcare attention when we need it. So we had the discussion earlier on with Dutch Insurance, but there were some mishaps. So we are changing our service provider. So if you can take note of, or if you have taken note of the communique that has gone out earlier, we can see that it is nationwide. So nationwide mutual health insurance scheme is what we are going with. And that is for which purpose we are having this meeting. Okay. Moving on, as we know, the justification for our health insurance is for us to review our healthcare cover allocation for all our staff. And we know we have the arrangement with some facilities. Those of us in Accra and its environs, we have Total Health Clinic that we attend, but the amount is not enough to cover even per staff and then any other dependent. So we see the need for us to look at it and review the healthcare policy for us as GMA staff. And also we need to look at the concerns, especially during the weekends, because Total House Clinic do not work on the weekends or some working hours during the late wee hours of the day. It affects health issues. So if you have any health concerns, you can't go to Total Clinic at certain times. And this is one of the reasons why we see the need for us to review our health policy. Also, Total Clinic is limited to the general health care attention or needs and does not include some specialized needs like the dental, the eye care, or other medical conditions that are dire in need. So it's out of these reasons why we see the need to bring a change in our health policy and then move forward as a company. So why are we looking at mutual nationwide mutual insurance? One, apart from the fact that they are everywhere, they have availability for covering a lot of medical facilities, being it hospitals, diagnostic centers, laboratories, among others. They have a very wide coverage when it comes to the areas in which we operate, whether Accra, Kumasi, and Takoradi. Also, they are flexible in terms of payment. They require that they allow that you can pay monthly payments in terms of the premiums. So they are flexible in that regard. And the third is that they're also pocket friendly. Comparing what we have looked at over the period or among some mutual insurance companies, Nationwide is the cheapest. Yes, we mentioned Dutch earlier. Like I said, we are not going with that one. So Nationwide is also very cheaper. Then they provide variety of services, be it dental, be it ENT, be it maternal, a lot of services under their belt for which we see the need to go with them. Okay. So this is the option that we are selecting as a company. So they have other options for which, for the sake of this presentation, I wouldn't want to go into that. But we are looking at the essential care. If you have, if you know any Nationwide contacts, you can get clarity. But we want to give this clarity on this platform that we are going with the essential care package, and they can we are taking up to 2 people or 2 individuals. So for a family size of 1 person, we are looking at an individual paying an amount of 1,761 cedis, 21 pesos. And if that is for 1 person or 1 staff, so for the staff, he or she is paying the 1,761 cedis, 21 pesos. Then if it's a staff plus 1 dependent, that is family of 2, 1 staff and then 1 dependent, we are paying 3,082 cedis, 12 pesos. So for this reason, they gave us the option for which, based on our numbers, if we are able to get to a certain threshold, they will permit us to pay on monthly basis, which we feel it is okay. Looking at current economic situations, it will help us should we sign on board onto the scheme. So that's the flexibility we were talking about. They are pocket friendly also, and they can allow us to pay on monthly basis. So basically, GMA or management has agreed that we do up to staff and a dependent only. Let me also say that the dependent is of a nuclear family member. The dependent should be of a nuclear family member. It can be a spouse, it can be a child. For the sake of the policy, we can't do a parent or external family for the sake of the policy we are undertaking. So it's either a staff you do for yourself, or you do for yourself and then up to a family of 1 additional person, so up to a family of 2. Please, as I move on, if you have any question, as I stated earlier, kindly send them to me on WhatsApp. You can also send it to Fafa or Benjamin. You can as well share on the YouTube page, and we will give the appropriate response to them. Okay, so with that said, let's look at the staff and the yearly and monthly contribution that we will do as a company. So for staff, we are paying 50-50. So companies pays a portion, and then staff also pays a portion. And with that, if we are doing for only 1 staff, that is for what we made mention earlier, we are paying 880 cedis per, that is on the 50-50 side. Then on monthly basis, staff is required to pay 73 cedis every month. If a staff wishes to do for himself or herself and a dependent, be it a wife, be it a husband or a child, the staff is required to pay 3,082, and half of it will be 3,541 cedis. Out of that, on the monthly contribution, staff will be required to make the payment of 128 cedis every month for the premium. Okay, so at the end of the year, we'll be able to make up to the 3,082 as stated. However, company is also looking at some of our staff who earnings are at a certain threshold, for which we know it will be quite difficult for them to pay such an amount. So for staff earning below 1,000 and below, we are paying for, if they are doing for themselves only, they are paying 514 cedis in the year. And on the monthly basis, they will pay 43 cedis. With that said, you can see that it is 70-30. So company is paying 70 for them, and they are paying 30 cedis, 30% of the amount per year. Okay, so that's how come per month they are contributing 43 cedis. When it comes to staff and then a dependent, it's the same application of the 70 and 30 also goes for them. And so they are paying 925 cedis per year. And when we break it down to a month, they are paying 77 cedis on a monthly basis. So these are the breakdowns, or this is the breakdown that we are looking at, considering our current situation and what company has agreed to do with regards to this policy. Okay, so as I stated earlier, our health insurance covers up to 2 people, that is a staff and a dependent. So either your spouse, be it your husband or your wife, and then a child, an immediate family member. So as I mentioned earlier, it is not extended family, or neither can you do for a parent, unfortunately. So let's stick to this and then work hand in hand when the need arises. Also, we can upgrade, or staff can upgrade depending on what you want to do. But let's take note that it will be at the staff's cost, the extra person you want to add. So if you are in a family of 3 or 4 and you want to add up to the 2 people that company is covering for, the extra 1 or 2 that you include will be at your cost, and arrangements will be made with Nationwide for that to be done. Okay. On this note, let me come to national health insurance. We have seen the need for us to do this because in as much as we are bringing on the policy of nationwide mutual insurance, we realize that some staff also do not have the national insurance scheme. They are not on the scheme at all. So we have made inquiries with the health insurance office, for which they would like to come and register staff who want to be on the National Health Insurance Scheme. I'm talking about the Ghana National Health Insurance Scheme, NHIS, which we all know about. So please, this is a little different from what we are already talking about. Let's note that this is the National Health Insurance Scheme and not what we are looking at implementing as a company. Okay, so with that, if you are you have a child or a ward between 0 to 17 years, you are required to pay 8 cedis, for which you can use from the same day that the card is issued for you. For 18 to 69 with SNIT card, you will be required to pay 8 cedis. For those without SNIT card, you would have to pay 30 cedis. Okay. Then for 70 years and above, it is free. The company is looking at registering for free. We will make the payments for all staff who want to sign on to the National Health Insurance Scheme. We will arrange, based on the number of people who need to be registered, we will arrange for their officers to come to our office at Asalam Down and GMA respectively on certain days to do the registration. On this note, we will send a Google form link out for us to fill, those of us who need to register on the National Health Insurance. For everybody, those who want to fill and then we'll get the details of the names of people for the registration to be done. Okay, so please, let's note that this is different from the health insurance policy. So those who want to be signed onto the National Health Insurance Scheme, we'll send the link out and then you will fill accordingly. When the dates with the officers are done and confirmed, we will share it with us for us to also get our cards, our names registered with the National Health Insurance. Let me state that if you have a card, however, you want to renew, that of a possibility is also there, but company will not pay for the renewal. You will pay for the renewal yourself, but company is only covering the cost for those who are yet to register. For those in the outstations, we will arrange with the PMs to get that one done. Okay, so please, if you need to register on the National Health Insurance Scheme, kindly fill the Google form when we send them out, so you can do so. And we believe it will help us. We think some people think it doesn't work, but believe you me, it works some way, somehow. It works. So let's get on board and then take care of our health very seriously. On this note, I'll say thank you and then open the floor for questions. If you have any question, we are on standby. Fafa is on the line. Benjamin is on the line. We will do our best to give you the response required, so we all get the clarity to engage in this policy. Let me state that the policy is with Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide Insurance. We were going with DOSH initially, but we have moved on to Nationwide Insurance. So feel free to ask your question and we'll give you the needed response. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vida. My name is Isaac Yankson. My question is...
Ike, please, could you kindly speak up for me, Mr. Yankson?
All right. My name is Isaac Yankson.
Okay.
I work with ETV. So my question is, so what are the treatment, the sickness under this policy? Is it that in case of any, some policy doesn't cover, let's say like delivery, when you want to go and give birth and stuff like that, certain sicknesses like maybe prostrate and stuff like that. So this policy, what are the diseases, the sickness that covers?
You mean the benefits? Okay, so we will
not the
share
benefit. I don't know if the benefit. There are some treatment that some insurance policies doesn't cover. For instance, I want to do surgery on, let's say, in my system, somewhere. Like prostrate. Maybe I want to go on a prostrate treatment or something like that. Some policy doesn't cover at all. So that's what I want to know. So which are the policies, so
let me come in, not to cut you, but I understand the import of your question. Good morning. So what you're just asking for is that because it is insurance, it comes with an inpatient cover and then the outpatient cover. And each cover has its cover limits. So the remits within which you can use that policy and the things that, or the services that you can access, including even purchase of drugs, lab tests, etc. So I believe that's what you are asking for. Therefore, we will share that for everyone to see on the platforms and also via HR mail, so that you can see it, for you to make an informed decision, because there are two categories that we are looking at. It's either the individual one or the one where you have an individual plus one dependent. So we'll share that on WhatsApp and then on HR mail so that you can take a look at it and study it thoroughly. I hope that helps.
Yes, it helps.
Thank you, sir.
Please, the floor is still open for questions. Fafa is here with me. If there are any questions, we will be glad to answer and give the responses to us also. We get the clarity required. Okay. We don't want people to sign on and have doubt about it, please. Nationwide, like I said, is everywhere. They have a lot of facilities under their belt. So let's ask all the questions we want to ask so that we get clarity before we sign on.
My audio is unmuted and it's muted.
Please, the floor is still open for our questions. Mr. Nwakodia, please, do you have a question?
No, I was recording, so I just finished and I quickly joined in. So unfortunately, I didn't hear the whole thing.
Okay, so let me try and give a summary for those of us joining. So companies embarking on this health insurance policy, we've had a discussion from last year. We have changed the service provider, okay, from Dutch Insurance to Nationwide. So we want to introduce the policy that is changing. I mean, the amount of the premium that is changing to staff. So for Nationwide, the premium for a staff, the current premium for a staff or an individual, the principal person doing it is now 1,761. Okay, it's 1,761. And out of that, company is paying 50% and staff is paying 50%. That is for the entire year. So on the monthly basis, a staff is required to pay 73 cedis and to make it a total of 880 cedis in the year. That is for staff. And then for a staff and the dependent, the total amount for the year that Nationwide is taking is 3,082 cedis, 21 pesos. So let me go again, 3,082 cedis and 21 pesos. That is for a staff and a dependent. Then the dependent is limited to a nuclear family. So either a spouse or a child. With that said, company is also paying part of it, that is the 50% of it. So the staff pays 1,541 cedis in the year. Then on monthly basis, staff pays 128 cedis. So that is the amount we are looking at for the contribution, both yearly and then monthly contributions. And let me say that it will be taken at source. It will be taken at source, okay. We are, however, looking at staff who are also earning below 1,000 cedis. That, of course, we are all in hard times, so we need to also give a cushion to some people. So for staff earning 1,000 cedis and below, we are looking at giving them a cushion of 30% for staff and then 70% to be covered by company. With that, staff who are on the individual only or principal only are required to pay 514 cedis in the year. And on monthly basis, they are required to contribute 43 cedis. Okay. And for staff and a dependent, for those earning 1,000 cedis and below, they are making a contribution of 925 cedis in a year. 925 cedis in a year. On monthly basis, they are making a contribution of 77 cedis. So this is a recap of what we have looked at. And let me say again that we are going with Nationwide mutual health insurance. Okay, so basically, Mr. Nwakodia and all others who have just joined us, that is a summary of, or the difference between what we did earlier and what we are doing currently. Okay. So if you've been asked to fill, or if we are asked to fill a new form, this is the reason for which we are filling the new form. So we want to know staff who are interested, okay, on signing on onto this form, this scheme, and then we will go ahead. Please, let me state that it takes 3 weeks for us to complete the process with Nationwide. So based on our numbers that we have, we will start the arrangements. We'll give a deadline for the forms to be completed. Then we will start the process for us to begin with Nationwide officially. And the process takes 3 weeks for us to be done. So if we are able to gather our numbers as early as possible, by by the ending of April, we should be able to get everyone on board. Okay. I hope we are clear, Mr. Nwakodia.
You can still continue.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
I think you can hear me now.
Yes, I can.
Okay. So thank you so much. I know I was doing a recording. I'm a bit late. Thank you for taking the time to explain it to me and those of us who joined late. But if I understand it clearly, to be frank, I think this is more than twice expensive than what we were supposed to do at the first one that you introduced, or?
Yes, yes. It's also because just as we know, prices of goods and services have gone up. So we've been informed they've also increased their premiums. That is for which reason this is going up. But trust you me, on the market for health insurance, Nationwide has the lowest price. Nationwide has the lowest price for companies and then corporate institutions. From our search and others that we did before putting together this or coming to this conclusion, Nationwide has the lowest in terms of their premium, lowest price for their premium. But they had a very wide range of benefits and facilities for customers or clients who sign on. They have a very wide range in almost all the regions. We will share their benefits and then their list of facilities with us after this meeting. We will share it for us to also help us to make the decision that is needed. Okay.
Awesome.
Hello, Vida. Sorry, it's me again. Can you go back to the slide where the amount you pay for the dependent is how much? Is it 3,000 or 1,500?
Okay,
One
a minute,
Right.
please.
All right.
Please, can you see the screen?
I can see it.
Okay.
So the question I wanted to ask was, just in case along the line, the year, the premium goes up, it will change from let's say the 128 to another figure. It will change, or this will be a standard. Say new arrangement will be made.
Once we sign on with them, the principal will be what you are paying for the year. Once we sign on and go ahead with the policy, the premium doesn't change. The premium doesn't change. It's throughout the year until next year. If they decide to increase the premium, fine. But once we start with the policy, the premium doesn't change because there are documentation signed to it, so it doesn't change. Staff will pay what he or she has signed for.
Oh, okay. So, but if you want to pay the outright amount in a year, you can.
So yes, you can. Usually, it's one outright payment with all insurance, just like you are paying for your car insurance or life insurance or anything. It's outright payment. It's because of us being a company and the number of staff we are hoping will sign on. Okay, looking at our numbers, we have over 200 staff. So they are giving us that flexibility for us to pay on monthly basis. It is not cast in stone that we have to pay all our insurance on monthly basis. It is our arrangements with them, looking at our numbers, and also that flexibility to cushion staff that we are looking at the monthly payments. Okay, so if you are paying 761, you can pay outright. That is you, if you can. There's that arrangement, you can pay outright. Okay, but if you want to do the monthly payments, we will look at that. But we are looking at getting some sort of cushion for staff so that we all don't get heated in these economic situations. So we can be able to get staff a little bit cushioned. Okay. Please, I hope you're well answered. Mr. Youngson.
Please, yes, please. I'm fine.
Okay,
I'm fine.
thank you. Ms. Anmakode, please, your question.
Yeah, it's just still a little clarification. So, like I was saying, if I remember the first one, this one is more than twice. So we're saying that the first one, which was just like 31 cedis a month, has, and you said this one has the lowest. So it's like that one has tripled. Is that the case?
Okay, so I'm saying, or we are saying that we are not going with that one.
Okay, fine.
We are not going with that one. But on the market currently, for what we want to do and looking at the benefits we want to get, Nationwide is the lowest. That is why they are go-to option for now. There are others that are even way higher. They have other packages that are very higher. But on their package, this is what we can go with as a company. And that is why we are choosing this. Please, when we share the benefits, you would see the amount that the cover for the amounts we are paying, for the premiums we are paying, and then the benefits. You have maternal care, a lot more that I can't share for the sake of this presentation. So when we share it, we want to share it with staff via email on HR mail, so you can clearly see the benefits this is coming with.
Thank you. It will be very exciting to see the benefits. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. We hope we'll also make the decision as early as possible so that we'll be able to get the policy in place as early as possible. Okay. Packages that are very high, but this is what you can go out and that is why. Please, when we share the benefits, see the amount that the cover and then the benefits that I can't share with the focus. So when it comes to share. Okay, please, someone was asking if it's possible to change your choice or the package. Maybe you are an individual and after a while you get married or there's a baby you would want to add on. That discussion we would have with Nationwide and get back to to staff on this. If you can change your position or your choice in terms of the package that you have chosen initially. And for the statement to, if it can be done on a quarterly basis, someone is asking, we will have arrangements with Nationwide, and then based on the arrangements, we would let you know if the statements can be given on quarterly basis or semi-annually, we would let staff know.
So Vida, again, so if I want to add, let's say, another dependent, will I still get the 50% discount, or I will not get it.
No, please, for an extra staff, an extra dependent, we made mention in the slide that it will be at the staff's cost.
Yes, but I'm saying that will I get the discount, the 50%?
No, please. Company is paying for only a staff and a dependent. The extra dependent is totally at your cost. Please, is there any other question? Okay, someone will also want to find out if he or she has lost her ID card, her NHIS card. I'm sure it will be treated as a renewal. So if you have your NHIS number, they can look into the system. Even if you don't have, they can check from the system, because if you should do a new one, it will be a double registration, which is not right. So it may be treated as new or as renewal. So we would look at that as well. So please feel free to sign on onto the health insurance, national health insurance one too, if you don't have. So company can cover that cost for you. It's 8 cedis and it's free for all staff or for anyone who wants to be a part of it. Please, if there are no further questions, we will bring the meeting to an end. And we will share the link again for us to fill the form. We want to know those who are ready to sign on, knowing this information or having this information in mind. Let's please make the decision as early as we can so that we can get the policy in place. We know times are hard, so we want to cushion everyone with this. So please feel free and let's do as early as possible. The last time, as at the last time we checked, only 16 people had signed on. We have over 200 employees and only 16, that's a very small percentage of us. So please, let's sign on. This is nationwide. We know a lot of people have doubts about the first service provider, for which reason many people didn't sign on. But we know nationwide, they have a wider coverage. They have a lot of facilities where you can go. So even if you're not close to town, there's a facility near you where you can visit in case of any emergency. So please, let's sign on and then we will do the needful on our side so that we can get the policy in place for us. Please, if you are interested and you sign on, also email me your passport size photo. That is what we will use for the ID card. So if you sign on, we have a postscript on the form. Please look at it and send me your email. You can send it to Fafa. You can send it to Benjamin. We will collect everything and then send it to nationwide. Those who sign on are those we will send their names on to. Let's note that the earlier one has been scrapped off. So it is those who sign on to this new one are the ones we are working with. Okay, so thank you very much. On this note, we want to say thank you for your audience.
Hello?
Yes, please.
Yes, before you sign
Mohammed.
off, yes,
Okay.
Mohammed here.
Sure.
So what happened if, let's say, you don't use the policy, I mean, within a year, do you get a percentage of that amount back?
Okay, Mr. Mohammed, please, this is just as any insurance policy that you do. So when you pay, for instance, for a car insurance, at the end of the year, if nothing happens to your vehicle, you don't get your money back. So this is insurance. Okay, so it's the same principle that goes with this one too. So at the end of the year, if you're unable to use it, it goes and you are not able to get or retrieve your contribution. It is just like any other contribution or health insurance that you do.
Okay, the reason why I'm asking this question is, I mean, with IU insurance, yeah, I think at the end of the year, if you don't use or you don't utilize it, they give you, I think, 20% of your amount back. So I just want to know if that is what you have.
That is with IU, but for what we are doing, it is
That's fine. That's fine. I think I'm clear. It's clear.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, so just one quick thing. Just in case you have already filled the form and sent your picture, and now you know the information now and you want to reconsider your decision, what do you do?
Oh, please send an email to your supervisor or the HR person you sent the information, your picture to. Send an email to confirm that you have reconsidered and you wish not to be part. As simple as that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. You're most welcome. Okay, thank you all for joining once again. We wish you the very best and we hope we can fast track this exercise as soon as we can to get the policy starting. Okay, so thank you once again and we wish you all the best. Have a good day, please.